have the hydraulic platform. This vehicle is used for fire and rescue operations. It can be extended to a height of 72 meters, capable of reaching over 24 floors. We now have the recovery truck, which is used for towing and lifting vehicles. It is now the turn of the Ghana National Ambulance Service. From the National Ambulance Service, we have ambulances drawn from the various constituencies in the whole municipality. On display today are 6 Mercedes-Benz ambulances. The leading ambulance is commanded by SAEMT Henry Holal Mulway. He also doubles as the Deputy Regional Commander and Head of Operations. We have ambulances from North Tong, Keta, Central Tong, Afajato South, South Dai, and Ketu South constituencies. I will now hand over to ASP Richmond Mensah to continue with the display.
Thank you very much, Squadron Leader Salifu. We now have, on the part of the Ghana Police Service, the Feasibility Unit, which is under the National Patrol Department. The unit is under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Killian Dakura and supported by Assistant Superintendent Emmanuel Ochre. The introduction of the motorbike patrol is to deal with the trend of crime where criminals use motorbikes to commit all sorts of violent crimes. Personnel of this unit use high-performance motorbikes patrol to patrol residential areas, suburbs, and other vulnerable areas to prevent and deter criminals from operating. They also combat hardened criminals. This has reduced drastically crimes committed with motorbikes in areas noted for such crimes. The formation by the Feasibility Unit is called in our local parlance a bind, which means strength. Closely following the Feasibility Unit is our K9 unit, that is the dog unit of the Ghana Police Service, and it is commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Police Joseph Awuni with the dog name Inspector Hunter. The commander handling the dog with the name Inspector Hunter, and I think they deserve a round of applause. He is ably supported by Inspector Francis Sapon. The K9 unit was established in June 2019, which offers a specialized resource to the Ghana Police Service with the use of trained dogs in crime prevention and detection, criminal apprehension, officer safety, and service to community. These dog handlers and their dogs were trained by the Paramount Specialist K9 Training Academy in South Africa, where they were taken through counter-improvised explosive devices awareness, combat first aid and trauma training, as well as the use of handguns shooting targets at short and long distances whilst handling dogs. Some of the dog names as General Sergeant Ragnar and G Sergeant Zeus. Closely followed by the formed police unit of the Ghana Police Service and is under the command of Deputy Superintendent of Police Dr. Christabel Dinah Ofori Atta. She is supported by Deputy Superintendent of Police Joyce Adwa Kwabia Asare. The formed police unit was established on 29th July 2013 under the leadership of Inspector General of Police retired Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Al-Hassan. Then the Director General of Finance, now the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampare, was highly instrumental in the setting up and operationalization of the FPU, which was under his direct supervision. No wonder today the FPU is seen as one of the pillar units in the service and is soon extending to all regions within the country. The FPU provides both international and internal security, Some of the functions include public order management, protection on UN personnel and property, supporting operations that require a formed response and may involve high-risk operations. Some of the vehicles they are displaying this afternoon are rapid intervention vehicles used to rescue of VVIPs, diplomats in times of emergency. We also have armored personnel carrier vehicles for survival during crowd control. They are also displaying the Guardian, which is used as an assault vehicle and can be used for rescue and crowd control. We also have Maverick, multi-purpose vehicle, which is also used in crowd control as well as public order management. Followed closely is the mobile clinic, the police mobile clinic. It offers first aid on operational basis during demonstrations and crowd control. It has the capacity to provide surgical procedures on operational fields. It has radiological capacities and also an acute cardiac life support services. And it has a bed capacity of 9. We also have a specialized counter-terrorism unit, which is commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Police, Dr. Entry Akomia, and supported by ASP Patrick Adu Wate. We now have the police air ring displaying. This is the police air ring. We have 3 helicopters. The leading helicopter is called the Fennec, which is named GP001, and it is piloted by Air Ring Sergeant Emmanuel Akpemehia and is supported by Air Ring Sergeant Merritt Bona. These are the 3 helicopters, and we have the remaining 2. We have GP002 piloted by Air Ring Sergeant Bright Ado Ajay and supported by Air Ring Sergeant John Apia Kubi. We also have GP003 piloted by Air Ring Sergeant Godfred Smith and supported by Air Ring Sergeant Yasser Yakubu. Some of the functions include providing air support to the police, including recce activities, crime prevention and detection through regular patrols, air-to-ground direction, guiding police on ground to their targets, search and rescue purposes, photographic tags, providing area photography for crime, traffic, planning and routine operations, as well as covert surveillance, observation, and photography of criminals. Mr. President, thank you very much. The Ghana Police Service is indeed grateful. We look forward to more. We are confident that soon we will have 1 police region, 1 helicopter. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I will now hand you over to my co-commentator to continue with the rest of the commentary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richmond. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly, we shall see the various contingents form the team for this year's Independence Anniversary celebration, which is our unity, our strength, our purpose.
We continue to acknowledge the support from various entities: Volta Serene Hotel in Ho, We Power Authority, and Trillium for supporting the anniversary.
Hey! Hey! Shin! Show! Hey!
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the contingents will now form the team for this year's Independence Anniversary celebration, which is our unity, our strength, our purpose. The front rank contingents will form purpose, the center rank will form strength, and the rear rank will form unity. There we have it. The front rank have formed purpose, the center rank strength, and the rear rank unity. If you find yourself seated a little higher, you will appreciate the beauty of this formation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the parade will now reform and advance in review order. Shall we please give them a round of applause? We shall now rise for the national salute.
National salute! Retain arms!
Should be lowered. All drones flying within the perimeter should be lowered now. That was also the 21-gun salute by personnel from the 66th Artillery Regiment and the banner towing by the Ghana Air Force helicopter and fly past by the K-8 fighter jets. Shall we please be seated? The parade commander will now ask permission to stand the parade at ease for the special guest remarks and the anniversary speech by the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Mr. President, March past over. May I have your permission to stand the parade at ease for the guest of honor's remarks and your anniversary address, Mr. President. Aye, Mr. President.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo, President of Guinea-Bissau and Chairman of the Economic Community of West African States.
Mr. President and dear brother Nana Akufo-Dankwa Akufo-Addo, First Lady, Vice President, Second Lady, Chief Justice, Minister of State, Member of Parliament, traditional rulers, distinguished members of the government of Ghana, dear friend, all protocol observers. I bring to the good people of Ghana the warm greeting and the felicitation of the people of Guinea-Bissau. We are here today to celebrate with you the anniversary of a great event. The independence of Ghana was the beginning of the long journey for the emancipation of Africa. It is here in this beautiful country that the struggle for the dignity of the African people took a reversible turn. We are here to remember their founding fathers, the courage, determination, and the legacy of an African hero, in the particular Kwame Nkrumah, whose vision of uniting Africa continues to inspire and guiding us. Ghana has always been the forefront of the struggle for the independence of colonized peoples in Africa and all over the world. We in Guinea-Bissau are particularly grateful to gallant people of Ghana for its solidarity and support during our liberation struggle. So, I am here today to celebrate with you in my capacity as the President of Guinea-Bissau, as well as the current chair of the Authority of Head of State and Government of ECOWAS, and to convey to all of you our best wishes for more prosperity, progress, and happiness. Together, brothers and sisters, we shall continue to strive for peace, political stability, solidarity, and social development. Thank you very much. Muito obrigado, Senhor Presidente.
Yada kwetoke na amakwetoke duklolana Guinea-Bissau. Eshimanolana ECOWAS. His Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo. Yada kweno akwekakakaka.
Shall we give them a round of applause? And that was the drama appellation by students of Maoli School. Indeed, you have made it home safely. His Excellency Nana Addo, the Gold Bar of Ghana, you are most welcome. You are the lamp of a state situated on a hill that brightens for all to see. You are Ghana's precious stone, Ghana's gem. The great Lord of imaginable weight has his blessings on us. The great art, who is the craftiest, he who works invisibly. You are forever firm and solid. You, the president, are always sleepless, fighting tooth and nail for our success. You are the peace and development pursuer. The tilapia will always reproduce tilapia, and mad fish a mad fish. Yes, everything is good to behold. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you are like the queen ant. Once you are in the anthill, the anthill will be firm. The anthill is destroyed completely, only when you are no more in it. Nana, the nose yearns for nothing other than air, and we are here to take it in. Nana, Your Excellency, arise. Talk to us. Talk. Talk. Talk to us. We are all ears.
Clergy, Christian, Muslim, traditional, Your Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo, President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau and current chair of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and members of your delegation, First Lady, Vice President and Second Lady, Chief Justice, Chairperson and members of the Council of State, Chief of Staff at the Office of the President and officials of the Presidency, Volta Regional Minister, Ministers, Deputy Ministers of State, Member of Parliament for Adaklu, and other members of Parliament, Justices of the Supreme Court and Justices of the Superior Court of Judicature, Metropolitan, Municipal, and District Chief Executives, Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, Inspector General of Police, Service Chiefs, Dean and members of the Diplomatic Corps, the President of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, the Fiaga of Amfuega, Togbe Tepre Hoda IV, the Awomefia of Anglo, Togbe Sri III, Fiaga of Adaklu, Togbe Gbogbi Acha V, the Agbogbe Mafia of Asogli, Togbe Afedi XIV, and other traditional rulers, residents of Adaklu, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I must first of all welcome our special guest of honor, the President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau and current chair of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, His Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo, and other members of his delegation to Ho, capital of the Volta region, and to Adaklu, the venue for this ceremony. Señor Presidente, voce e benvindo ao Ghana. Ghana is proud of the strong ties of cooperation and friendship that exist between our two countries. And I'm also happy that President Embalo succeeded me as chairperson of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS. It is my hope that our two nations will continue to work together to build a sustainable future of progress and prosperity for our respective countries and populations, and to maintain healthy relations between our two nations. Excellency, We're very glad that you accepted our invitation to share this special day with us. Even though you have been to our country on many occasions, your stay has largely been in Accra, our nation's capital. Today, you are in Adaklu, and I dare say, in one of the most beautiful and most serene parts of our country. And you are amongst the people who pride themselves on their sense of hospitality. I hope that by the end of the visit, you will agree with this claim. I extend the appreciation of the nation to the children from all across the nation who took part in the march, and I commend the cultural groups for their spectacular performances, which exemplify the greatest aspects of Ghanaian culture. It is always a delight also to watch personnel from our security services on parade, putting up spectacular drills. This year's parade and display of drills are no exception and have become eagerly awaited aspects of our Independence Day celebration. Kudos to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of Ghana that has produced arguably the nation's two greatest composers, Ephraim Amu, composer of that great anthem, Mia Dinigba Lolo Lola, who taught us to take pride in our culture, and Philip Baho, composer of Ghana's vibrant and much-loved national anthem. Daniel Chapman Naho, one of Ghana's most eminent administrators, who at independence helped ensure a seamless transition when the British left. The Reverend Ameto Wabla, that powerful orator who proved you could be both a priest and a politician. And Esther Oklu, Ne Inkulenu, trailblazer and industrialist extraordinaire, whose entrepreneurial spirit lives on. This is the part of Ghana that also gave us Komla Agbeli Bedeman, Ghana's first Minister for Finance and one of the founding fathers of our nation, and the charismatic Jerry John Rawlings, first President of the Fourth Republic and Ghana's longest-serving head of state. The greatest achievement of our independence is the fact that we have wielded different ethnic entities into one nation. Although the Gold Coast was the precursor to our independent Ghana, it was a collection of disparate groups. It was the attainment of independence that gave us our common identity as Ghanaians. An important historical fact is that of all the different peoples that have formed our modern nation, it was only the people of the Volta, Oti, and parts of the current northern regions who had the unique opportunity to choose to join the territory that became Ghana at independence. I'm referring, of course, to the 1956 plebiscite, in which on May 9th of that year, the people of the then British Togoland voted to join the Gold Coast on the attainment of her independence a year later. Without that significant historical event, we would not have Ghana as we know it today. Today, we celebrate the anniversary of the day we achieved the enviable status of becoming the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to be free of colonial rule. And with this came the weighty obligation to serve permanently as a barometer of the continent's progress. 66 years down the line, we have worked hard to live up to this responsibility, even though we acknowledge that we have not fully realized our potential and the dreams and aspirations of our forebears who fought for the independent Ghana we have today. For well over a century, our forebears fought to liberate our nation from the chains of colonialism and imperialism. The several wars fought against the British by the Ashanti, the last of which featured the celebrated Yas Antoa. The successful mobilization of public opinion by the Aborigines Rights Protection Society whose leading spirits were Jacob Say, Joseph Casely Hayford, John Mensah Saba, Kwabena Sechi, against the sequestration of our lands by the British. The formation in 1947 of the nation's first political party, the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC of blessed memory. The triggering of mass resistance by Ni Kwabena Boni, the boycott Hine, through the boycott of goods of European traders. The riots that consumed the nation following the senseless shootings of unarmed ex-servicemen at the Christiansborg Crossroads on 28 February 1948, and the killings of Sergeant Dajete, Corporal Atipo, and Private Odate Lamte, which enraged the people and sparked riots across the country. The subsequent arrest of the UGCC leaders who have gone down in history as the legendary Big Six, J.B. Dankwa, Emmanuel Obechebi Lamte, Edward Akufo-Addo, Ebenezer Akwaje, William Oforiatta, and Kwame Nkrumah, by the colonial authorities who held them responsible for the disturbances. The establishment of the Watson Commission, which helped design the path towards independence in 1957, and the formation in 1949 of the Convention's People Party by Kwame Nkrumah, together with K.A. Benjamin Kojo Botsu, which thereafter became the principal organ for the prosecution of the nationalist agenda. Our forebears were united and strengthened in realizing one common purpose, the attainment of independence. It did not matter where they came from. It did not matter which tribe they belonged to. It did not matter which religious persuasion they subscribed to. And their standing in society certainly did not matter. They recognized the fact that colonialism did not inure to our nation's collective benefit, and they were determined to end it, and indeed they did. On that historic night of 6 March 1957, after decades of agitation by the pioneers and members of the nationalist movement, Kwame Nkrumah, our nation's first leader, made the momentous proclamation of Ghanaian independence at the old Polo Grounds in Accra, which we celebrate with joy each year. The theme for this year's celebration, our unity, our strength, our purpose, should imbue in us the constant desire to seek for the progress, prosperity, and development of Ghana, no matter the circumstances confronting us. The Fourth Republic represents the longest period of stable constitutional governance in our history. We should be united in the goal of protecting it, for it is only its free democratic form of governance and the intelligent management of the economy that will bring the upliftment that Ghanaians want and deserve. We should continue to strive to ensure that no Ghanaian child is denied access to quality education, hence the groundbreaking and transformative free SHS policy. We should continue to guarantee access to affordable health care for all in every part of the country by continuously improving the National Health Insurance Scheme, expanding healthcare infrastructure, and enhancing general health delivery. We should continue to work towards achieving food security and the modernization of our agriculture. We should continue to work to become a value-added industrialized economy which no longer depends on the production and export of raw materials, but on the things we make. We should continue to work to open up all parts of our country through the construction of roads, rail, ports, and airports. We should continue to improve accountability, efficiency, and transparency in the deliveries of public services. We should continue with the process of digitalization. We should continue the difficult but necessary task of ridding our environment of the menace of galamsey and we should continue to pay our taxes and demand that our leaders put them to good use. Above all, we should continue to guard and protect jealously the security and integrity of our nation against dangers from outside and within our borders. We cannot allow those who seek to divide us along the lines of ethnicity or religion to succeed. Let us deepen the cohesion that exists amongst us, and let us wear with pride the badge of being called Ghanaian. There's no better homage we can pay to the memories of all those who fought to free us from the shackles of colonialism and imperialism than to dedicate this 66th anniversary, independence anniversary, to working even harder for the unity, strength, and purpose of our dear Ghana. Fellow Ghanaians, I'm very much aware of the current difficulties confronting our nation, and we are working hard to resolve them. But maybe we should also count our blessings in how together we are managing the difficulties. We all see the images around the world. Here in Ghana, we have not had any fuel queues. We have not suffered shortages of food and essential items, or the catastrophe of Dumsum. Undoubtedly, major global developments have had a negative impact on our domestic economic performance. We have witnessed historic highs in global inflation and food prices, rising global interest rates triggered by tightening of monetary policy of central banks across several advanced economies to tame rising inflation, an energy crisis with crude oil prices reaching unprecedented highs at one point above $120 a barrel, the strengthening of the United States dollar against all other currencies, the tightening of global financing conditions, especially for emerging markets and developing economies, and the large-scale disruption of the global supply chain. These phenomena have manifested in Ghana in the form of the depreciation of our currency, the decline in gross international reserves, high inflation, elevated debt burden, significant fiscal stress, constrained domestic and external financing, and reduced GDP growth. It is these that have brought hardships upon our people. Government has deployed a number of fiscal interventions to help bring relief to Ghanaians, and I'm confident that sooner rather than later we will see significant results of relief and recovery. In 2 days, on Wednesday, 8th March, I will in the Chamber of Parliament deliver a message on the state of the nation, where I'll delve into much greater detail the entirety of the package of policies government is implementing to bring back the days of rapid growth. Fellow Ghanaians, there is one thing I want all of us to remember, and that is that when I assumed office on 7th January 2017, I inherited a severely challenged economy whose rate of growth at the time was the lowest in over 2 decades. By dint of hard work, prudence, and creativity, we managed to turn things around, creating an economy which for the years 2017, 2018, and 2019, the years before the onset of COVID-19, was amongst the fastest growing economies not only in Africa, but also in the world, recording an annual GDP growth rate of 7%. We were the best place to do business in West Africa, and in 2021, we were described as the most attractive destination for investment in West Africa. The next 22 months of my mandate will be focused on restoring the economy we had before COVID-19 and the Russian invasion of Ukraine to the period of rapid growth. It is a solemn pledge I'm making to you, my fellow Ghanaians, and one which I am determined to fulfill. Before I take my seat, I want to inform you that in fulfillment of the announcement I made at last year's Founders' Day celebration, I will on Tuesday, 14th March 2023, confer national honors on citizens of our country who distinguished themselves in the fight against the pandemic of COVID-19. By their actions, they help protect and preserve our population and won global acclaim for Mother Ghana. I will also, on that day, express the nation's gratitude to the legal team of men and women who have charged with ensuring that the maritime boundary dispute with Ghana's immediate western neighbor, the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, ended favorably for Ghana, thus ensuring that our western maritime resources, including their potential oil and gas reserves, remain legitimately in our possession. I'm sure we all saw the 3 helicopters belonging to the police service joining this morning's celebration. It is the first time in our nation's history that the police service is employing the use of helicopters to improve its operational efficiency. The acquisition of these helicopters is to honor the pledge I made at the 20 end-of-year police wasa, and I assure the officers, men and women of the service of governments, continued support in helping them to discharge effectively their mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ghanaians, in choosing to celebrate this year's Independence Day in the Volta region, I hope it affords all of us the opportunity to enjoy the beauty and breathtaking scenery that abounds here. This is the region that has the highest mountain in Ghana and other spectacular peaks from which to gaze at the surrounding splendor. This is the region that has marvelous waterfalls and naturally occurring landscapes and historic monuments on its coast. It is a region of spellbinding and beautiful music and intricate dances. It is a region with interesting cuisine. It is a tourism destination without compare, and I urge all of you to explore its unique attractions. In conclusion, fellow Ghanaians, I want to assure you that my devotion to the Ghana project is unwavering. The enemy we face is not each other. We can only win this battle if we stick together and pull in the same direction, regardless of our divergent viewpoints. I'm confident that we are on the right path, and I ask for your support so that we can continue the transformation of Ghana in peace. Once again, on behalf of all of us, I thank President Embalo and his entourage for coming to join us on our special day. Happy 66th Independence Anniversary celebration to us all, and may God bless us all and our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention. Akbe.
Mr. President,
Miadakbene Ghana Duklola, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Parade! Parade! Chin!
the parade commander will now invite the Forces Sergeant Major, Chief Warrant Officer Addo Daniel, to lead the contingents to give 3 hearty cheers to the President of the Republic of Ghana and a powerful yell for Mother Ghana.
Forces Sergeant Major, to the front. Yes, sir!
The Forces Sergeant Major was enlisted into the Ghana Army on 5th January 1996. He has attended all the requisite career field courses. He is a veteran peacekeeper and is married.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. May I have your permission to carry on with the yield, Mr. President? Yes, Mr. President.
Chief Warrant Officer Daniel Addo is a veteran peacekeeper and is married to Mrs. Joyce Addo and blessed with 3 daughters, Gifty, Grace, and Gloria.
Parade will remove
the review officer, the president, and the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Chabai!
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Forces Sergeant Major, Chief Warrant Officer Addo Daniel, leading the contingents to give 3 hearty cheers to the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Mr. President, yield over. May I have your permission to follow up, Mr. President? Yes, Mr. President.
The Forces Sergeant Major was inducted into the International Students Hall of Fame when he graduated from the United States Army Non-Commissioned Officers Leadership Center of Excellence.
Brave! Show! Hey! Arms!
The parade commander will now ask permission to march off the colors.
Mr. President, parade over. May I have your permission to march off the colors and the rest of the parade, Mr. President? Aye, Mr. President.
May I also respectfully remind all to pay the appropriate compliments as the colors march off. All in uniform are reminded to salute.
March of the colors. Aye, sir. Brave! Reset! Arms! Galapate! By center! Quick march!
Shall we please rise and pay the appropriate compliments as the colors march off the square? All in uniform are reminded to salute.
Forward!
Miano Chitrenu, the flag at Miano Kuma.
We shall remain standing for the national salute.
Hey! National salute! Present! Arms!
Shall we please be seated? Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to inform all that the Ghana Armed Forces Open Day activities will be held here at the 66th Artillery Regiment tomorrow, Tuesday, 7th March 2023. The Ghana Air Force aircrafts will also be stationed at the Ho Airport tomorrow as part of the Open Day activities to give our school children a flight experience. The Ghana Armed Forces wishes to invite the general public within the Volta region environs, and in particular, all school children within the region to be part of this day to get to know and learn more about the Ghana Armed Forces. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all too soon, we are coming to the end of this 67th Independence Day Parade.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us remain in our various positions as we observe departure protocols will be coordinated by my colleague, Jefferson Saki. After that, His Excellency the President shall host the venerable chiefs and queens of the Volta region and elsewhere at a reception at the Regional Coordinating Council. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of Parliament, honorable MMDCs, and all VVIPs are invited to a special reception with His Excellency the President at the Regional Coordinating Council, the regional residency. The residency. We shall
would like
now
to express
observe
our
the departure
sincere
protocols.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first to depart will be the President of the Republic and First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo. After that, our special guest of honor, the President of Guinea-Bissau, His Excellency Sissoko Embalo, followed by the Vice President of our Republic, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Second Lady Samira Bawumia. Togbi Teprehodo IV, President of the Volta Regional House of Chiefs, will depart after that. And then Togbi Gbagbiacha V, the Fiaga of Adaklu, would also depart. Next to leave us will be Togbi Afede the 14th, the Agbogbomefia of Asogli State, and then Togbi Sri III, the overlord of the Anglon State, will then also depart.
We have been your masters of ceremony. Squadron Leader Elizabeth Salifu, ASP Richmond Mensa, Cassandra Chum Ampofo, Mr. Jefferson Saki, Mr. Pius Hayaji, and Captain Veronica Asantua Yeboah.
We are grateful to His Excellency the President for the construction and completion of this beautiful edifice, the Volta Regional Youth Resource Center, one of the 10 at various stages of completion that is hosting this beautiful 66th anniversary celebrations of Ghana's independence.
We want to appreciate the support of our Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Honorable Akosia Frema Osei Opare, for supporting this initiative and guiding it through.
All students here are also to take note that tomorrow, Wednesday, 7th March, has been declared holiday for Tuesday, 7th March. So you can have some rest. Congratulations on all the performances you have displayed today. And also note that all school contingents are to move to the Mauli Senior High School right after parade.
We would like to express our appreciation to the Chief Warrant Officer and his team, Senior Warrant Officer Class 2, Amegache Arnold, Senior Warrant Officer Class 2, Varick, Senior Warrant Officer Class 2, Loga Patience, among the many who have designed this beautiful parade. We are also grateful.
The part is our special guest of honor, the President of Guinea-Bissau, His Excellency Embalo.
We'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Volta Regional Chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Mr. Wanya.
Honorable members of parliament from the region who are here today, we really appreciate your support. Led by the Member of Parliament for Adaklu, the Honorable Agboja, the Minority Chief Whip, we really do appreciate your time and support.
Departing now, the Vice President of the Republic, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and spouse.
Honorable Dr. Yao Otsei Educhum, Member of Parliament for Bosumche, thank you very much for a yeoman's job and for taking care of all these children at the parade.
We would also like to thank our pilots who have been patrolling the airspace and ensuring the safety and security of the place.
The Vice President of our Republic, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Second Lady Samira Bawumia will be the next to depart.
A special appreciation to the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, all directors, regional and district, municipal, metropolitan, all teachers, all students, we are grateful. We also appreciate the presence of the Director General of the Ghana TVET Services, Madam Mausi, and your Deputy, Mr. Pra.
The Chairman of the Council of State, as well as the Chief Justice, will be the next to depart.
The Chair of the Council of State and the Chief Justice of the Republic.
We also acknowledge all pilots, Squadron Leader Godwin Bota, Flight Lieutenant Peter Anala, Flight Lieutenant Kwame Brepom AJ, the forward air controllers, Flight Lieutenant Leslie Kofi-Yali and his team, for patrolling our airspace and keeping us safe throughout the entire period.
Special appreciation to our Director for Physical Education and all our directors At the cultural units, we are grateful. Our regional PE coordinators for putting all of this together. We are grateful to you all.
Departing now is the Chief Justice, Justice T. Enini Abuba. Next to depart will be the Chairman of the Council of State, Nana Otuo-Sribwo II. We want to say thank you to all our chiefs who are present here and for making the 66th Independence Anniversary celebration of our dear country a successful one.
Next to depart shall be the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, Senior Advisor at the Office of the President, and our chiefs shall follow. Please
we would like to appreciate all Director Generals, Directors of the various security services. Thank you all very much for coming to grace this occasion.
And until we come your way next year, it has been our pleasure coming your way with the commentary for the 66th Independence Anniversary. Mr. Jefferson Saki, Deputy Director of Communications of the Office of the President. My name is Cassandra Chumampo.
The Chief of Staff at the Office of the President is the next to depart.
Mr. Pius Hazi, CEO, National Youth Authority. Squadron Leader Elizabeth Salifu, Ghana Armed Forces. ASP Richmond Mensa, Ghana Police Service. And Captain Veronica Santua Yeboah from the Ghana Armed Forces.
We would like to express our sincere appreciation to you all for your attendance and participation. We wish you all safe journey mercies as you travel to your various destinations. May God richly bless us all. Akpe Keta.
And once again, Tuesday, 7th January 2023 has been declared holiday for our school children so they can rest. School children and their teachers.
When the Gold Coast successfully get our independence officially, Ghana is the name. We wish to proclaim we will be jolly and merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day.
This program is rated PG. It contains scenes of brief nudity, mild violence, and strong language. Parental guidance is advised.
and gentlemen, in a few moments from now, we should be landing at Accra Airport. Will you please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts? Please remain seated until the doors are opened. And will you please make sure that you have all your hand baggage with you? We hope you've had a pleasant flight and that we may welcome you on board again. Thank you.
From Beirut and Lagos, flight 201 is now arriving. Passengers may be met in the arrival.